Hey guys, so we're here back again with another overview, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Mattel Masterverse Masters of the Universe Revelation Wave 2. That's right, my first overview for this line. Again, as I said in the Man-at-Arms video I put up yesterday, I haven't done an overview of Wave 1 yet. I plan to, but again, I don't have $40-50 to drop on a Battle Cat right now. But for those of you who don't know what an overview is, I'll give you the quick rundown. If you don't got time to watch the individual reviews, that's what these are for. I'll leave links, hopefully, fingers crossed. Haven't been doing that lately, at least not on the overviews. I've been getting better at leaving links in other videos though, so give me some credit. Been dealing with some health issues lately. Hopefully those are going to be gone by the time I upload this video. We'll see about that. But if you want to watch any individual review of any of these figures here, they're up on the channel. I'll try to leave links in the description, but don't hold me to it. They'll be there at some point, I just don't know when. But with that being said, getting things started with the first figure I took a look at from this wave. I threw in the Deluxe Faker because he came out around the same time. Just kind of made sense. So we're going to start with him. I took a look at him at the beginning of October. Got him from Target. Really fun figure. I'm not a big Faker guy at all. Not one of my favorite characters by any means, but I really love that figure. What they did with that figure made me like that character a little bit more than I had before. So really fun figure. Comes with tons of interchangeable parts, tons of different display options. For the price point, that is. Which is $30 unless you're sneaky bugger and got him for $20 because you price checked him with the Target website. Your boy wasn't that lucky. But I am happy to have him. He seems to be a little bit easier to find now, so hopefully if you want him you can get him. I can't speak for everybody, I can just speak for my area because there's 4 of them at my local Target right now. So there's that. But yeah, really cool figure. Love the kind of Metallo Terminator metallic blue head he's got going on. Even though, yeah, it's got a nose and ears, but it still looks cool. Only thing I guess they could have threw in there was some interchangeable tentacle arm things. I don't know, something like that. But yeah, really cool figure. But now we move on to Beastman, who I took a look at dang near 3 weeks ago now. 2.5 weeks ago, we'll say. Really fun figure too. I had a lot of fun posing that thing around. The anatomy's questionable. Buddy T-Biz, shout out to T-Biz, pointed that out. His shoulders look like cheese puffs. They do. They totally look like cheese puffs. And I thought that when I saw the initial pictures of him, but when you get him in hand, it's a different story. I think he's a lot better in hand than he is on camera, video, photos, whatever you want to call it. It's a better figure to have in person. Even though his whip also kind of looks like a flashlight. Another thing T-Biz pointed out. But at any rate, I think it's a cool figure. I just think he's a little small. I think he could have been a head taller than he is. Could have been probably, they'd have to compensate the proportions for the height. So yeah, he'd be buffer and whatnot. But I think it's okay for what it is. Honestly, I think he scales better with Origins here. I'm being honest. Where's he at? So I'll knock him over. There he is. I mean, that's closer. Maybe a bit too big, but it's not terrible with Origins. Let's make sure Woman of the Year here didn't get jacked up. Woo! As she did, and dropped her sword. But yeah, I really dig Beastman. I think he's cool. One of the more fun figures I've gotten from this line. I didn't have too many issues with this wave either. I didn't throw that out there a little early. Not a ton of QC issues. Tila was a little loosey-goosey. We'll get into that. And then my Beastman, I had to tweak a thigh cut because it was a little bit... It kind of tugged on the peg it was plugged into. So I had to widen that hole very carefully by kind of shifting the leg around and whatnot, but I did manage to fix it. It's not as worrisome now. He's able to stand tall and look awesome with the rest of the Time Warp Again characters. So really fun figure. I dig him. Him with a lot of hands, too. Son Faker. Same hands as He-Man, but still. And now we have Spikor, a character I'm kind of surprised we got this early because he's not a major character. He was a lot cooler in Part 2, though. Let's not get it twisted. He actually was pretty worthy in Part 2. Enough to scare the poop out of T-Biz. I'm sorry, I'm going to talk about that until it's not funny, which will be never. But I love the Spikor figure, man. I don't have a ton of Spikors. The only other one I think I have is the original. So, you know, this one's super cool. I don't have the classics. I don't have the Filmation classics. I don't have any other one they might have done. But I hope we get an Origins of this character at some point, because that would be really cool. But yeah, I really dig the Spikor figure. I would say, if anything, his head seems to sit a little high, maybe? Maybe? I don't know. You can adjust it. Compensate for that, though. But, I don't know. He's probably the most solid out of this wave. The one I had the least amount of issues with. I had to heat up his hips with the heat duct, which you might be able to hear now because it just kicked on. But, you know, nothing, again, the heat duct can't fix. It's a super easy fix. If you got tight hips on these guys, just set them on a heat duct for, I'd say, a few minutes. And just work them a bit. Nothing too crazy, but I really dig Spikor. Nice tight grip on his weapon, too. And I like the kind of Wolverine, glaive, claw, trident, spike weapon of death he's got going on, too. Seems more like a handheld weapon where the spikes shoot out of it. I think that's really cool. I dig him a lot. And then we have the most controversial figure of all time, Teela. Some people like it, some people don't. I like it for the fact that I have it to go with my collection of, again, the Time Warp characters. I think she's a necessity if you want to have those characters. Not my favorite look for Teela at all, but I don't mind it. I think it's a solid representation of that design. I'm not going to sit here and be all, I love it because it's this or that. I'm going to tell you straight up, and be honest, it's like, I do not care for this design of Teela. I think there are elements of it that are cool. It's nice to see something different, but I would have changed some things. You know, that's just how I am. I can thank my college for that. But, at any rate, if you like this design of Teela, you're going to love his figure. No doubt about it. I'm sure T-Biz has gotten his review up by now, and he loves this thing. He loved it when he was looking at it in the box. So, you know, I'm glad that he likes it as much as he does. I'm glad that I have it. It's a solid figure, but it's just not a design that I'm crazy about. I prefer the classic look, 2000X look, or the Battleground Teela. You know, the one in the Red Sonja looking bikini armor. I dig me some of that too, but this is what we got. It's not too bad. We're going to get a classic one with long hair, which looks pretty as well, but that'll be at some point next year with the battle-ravaged merman. So that'll be fun. Be nice to have those two add to the collection, as always. And then we have Man-at-Arms wrapping up the set. Super retro classic style Man-at-Arms from the first episode. And I have to say, with the exception of these two, this was primarily a classic wave. So if you're into that, cool. If not, well then, wait, I don't know. But what I do know is if you like you some classic Man-at-Arms, this is the figure for you. It looks really solid. They did a great job with him. And one of the boots is a little loose on mine, but I'm sure over time it's going to straighten itself out. I'm not too worried about that. Nice tight grip on his weapon. I didn't mention that Teela does come with the spear and the retracted version of her weapon. I primarily use the sword. I think the sword is cooler. I might have to swap her left hand, her left grip hand on though, because the right one is kind of loosey-goosey now. So I'll have to dig out my accessory bag and swap that out. But as far as Man-at-Arms goes, only thing I wish he had was his short haircut head. Or maybe the long hair head, because he kind of looked the same after the time jump, right? Or did he? I don't remember if he had all of his armor or not. But really cool figure, really solid figure. A nice release for the line. So that's pretty much it for Wave 2. I mean, I just uploaded the Man-at-Arms video yesterday, and Tila I uploaded about a week ago now, and Spikecore, same deal. It's been a MOTU-ish week. I took some time off for the holiday because I had some health issues, but we're back. We're going to be doing consistent content throughout the month of December. Got my top 10s pretty much lined up to go up before Christmas, so I'll be ahead of the game as opposed to, well, the top 10s I did for last year. I uploaded them in like mid-January. But yeah, got a lot of stuff planned for the channel. You know, if you're into me talking about toys, there's going to be plenty of stuff for you in the next month. So stay tuned for that. I am going to take time off for Christmas though. I don't know if I'll just take a few days or a week or what, but it depends on what I got to review by then. So at any rate, I think Wave 2, they improved some things from Wave 1. The hips did not seem to be as much of a problem this time around. Even though Spikecores and Man-at-Arms actually were kind of stiff, I did get them to work. And for the most part, I didn't have any issues with this wave. I think it's a really solid wave. If you're into MOTU Revelation, I highly recommend you check out all these figures. But with that being said, again, I'll try and leave links to all the reviews in the description below. And I guess, hope you guys enjoyed this review. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And if you haven't already, please hit that notification bell so you know whenever I upload more content to the channel. Again, we got more stuff coming your way, because we got to show that algorithm who's boss, right? And if you haven't already, hit me up on Instagram at Overlord Productions. But as always, keep the comments civil, because the world sucks enough as it is. Especially when people are probably going to be complaining about part 2 of this show, even though it was, I don't know, I think it saved the show. As I said in my video the other day, go watch that if you haven't already. With that being said, until next time, I'll catch you guys later.